My name is Lucia Gavolova. I'm from Central European country, Slovakia, and where I was born, where I raised, and where I work in the capital city of this country, Bratislava. I'm working there for Slovak National Gallery, in fact, as a curator and editor. And I'm also working for a small platform, Foundation Center for Contemporary Arts, which is somehow supporting like contemporary art scene in Slovakia and in Bratislava. And I'm active in this foundation since 2018. When I was thinking about the topic of this talk, I was sure that I would like to present something from Slovak contemporary art and Slovak contemporary art scene, because I'm somehow very much into it. So it's my main field of interest and professional activity. And it's really like very close to me. But like it is a huge topic, you know, like contemporary Slovak art scene. What does it mean and how to grasp it somehow in some kind of presentation? So I decided to do it in connection to one of kind of good recognizable project in the field of contemporary Slovak art scene. And this project has a name, Oskár Čepan Award. It is an annually given award for Slovak contemporary artists till the age of 40 without media limitation. Because usually this awards has some media limitations. It means that they are devoted to painting or maybe kind of more sculptural way of art doing, but Oskár Čepan Award is really like a prize for contemporary artists in Slovakia till the age of 14, which is not limited by media. This is our website. But actually, why I decided to talk about this art prize, it's because I'm kind of part of it very in intensive way, because since 2018 I'm like director of this award. So that's why I will talk only about artists that may be important to mention, which were like part of this award in this last 4 years, when I am part of it, because normally the prize was established in 1996, and nowadays kind of 100 artists are like part of finalists and winners and so on. So for me, this is more comfortable to like have a speech only about the last 4 years when I am a part of the prize as well. So maybe very shortly about the project in general. The founding of Oskár Čepan Award was in fact initiated by Wendy Lewis. Okay, so shortly about the project of Oskár Čepan Award, which I was talking about. So the founding of Oskár Čepan Award was initiated by Wendy Lewis. It's a woman on the left side of the picture. She's the wife of William Lewis, who actually was the last ambassador to communist Czechoslovakia. And there were like Wendy with her husband were very close connected to dissenters like Václav Havel and other parts of this community in former communist Czechoslovakia. And after the fall of Iron Curtain in 1989, Wendy decided through her influence in philanthropy-based foundations which she led in USA. The most known is probably Foundation for Civil Society, to support the transformation processes in post-communist reality by helping somehow to young artistic scene by establishing this kind of network of visual artist awards, and through artistic award just help laureates of this award to travel to USA. And in 90s, this was like very, quite, not very, but it was quite a big deal for like local artists to have this possibility after 89 to just travel to USA, because they will be part of this kind of artistic award. And so the first prize of this kind and art was established actually in Prague. As you can see, Václav Havel was like the first president of after Velvet Revolution in our country of Czechoslovakia, and the first prize was also of this kind was established in Prague with the title Cena Jindřicha Chalupeckého, and the next was Oskár Čepan Award in Slovakia. And the name of the prize in Slovakia is very much, it's just after a Slovak art historian and artist from 60s, Oskár Čepan, who was kind of important in our local art and theoretical scene in Slovakia. But the establishing of this kind of art awards was still like continuing. And nowadays there is like a whole network of this kind of prizes. The name of this network is Young Visual Artist Awards. And nowadays I think it counts around 12 art awards in Central and Eastern Europe. And now I just will say maybe a few words about the project like Oskár Čepan Award in shortly. Every year there is an open call in January where all the visual artists from Slovakia who are eligible according to the statute of the award can apply. In the early spring we have the first jury meeting. This jury is strictly international. And these people meet and select for, and in exceptional situations, 5 finalists. This can begin with, and these finalists, after their selection in spring, they can begin with preparations of their new works. They gave some support for this creation of new works. They gave some like institutional support and curatorial support and so on. And these new works of the finalists will usually or are usually presented in the end of year in form of common exhibition. Then there is this common exhibition happened, and the international jury meets for the second time and select the laureate of this award in each year. And the laureate win except other things like financial satisfaction, solo exhibition in Slovakia, and 2 months residency stay except here in Residency Unlimited. So we have this close cooperation like with Residency Unlimited and also Young Visual Artist Awards Network. In general, I don't like to talk about this project in the sense of just an artistic competition, because for me it is like much more, and I hope that also for the artists who are every year part of this project is something more than only competition. I don't know how it is here, if you are like somehow, if you have some kind of art awards like culture or something. I suppose that there has to be a huge amount of awards in USA for artists and so on. But for example, in Slovakia, it is kind of, you have only two maybe kinds of art awarding. One is like more commercial one, devoted to just only medium, like for example, painting or sculpture, and it is connected to, I don't know, like some supporters from the like banks and this kind of really huge commercial sponsoring. And then there is like, for example, this prize doesn't have so strong connection to this like bank scene or this kind of supporters, and it is also like there is no this like media limitation. So I think that more than competition, it is, or at least I'm trying to make it in the way that it would be more like discursive kind of platform for Slovak contemporary art, and which is supporting not only the annually chosen finalists who became part of it every year, but also other visual artists and discourse of Slovak contemporary art. And this is something what I try to achieve through collaborative aspect of this award and of this project. And that, for example, we are a very small team. We are just, I don't know, 3 or 4 people. And every year we are just inviting to the project other professionals from the field, like, for example, photographers of the finalists, and also like filmmakers of short movies about finalists, which are like changing and which I think are talented, and we have to give them space to present themselves. So this is the collaborative aspect. And also as well, we are every year like cooperating with important institutions for contemporary art in Slovakia because of this finalist exhibition, which till nowadays like used to take part in other part of the country. Like, for example, we are cooperating, or we were like in 2019, the prize was organized and the exhibition was organized in East Slovak Gallery, what is a huge institution in Košice, what is like I can compare it to Bratislava, but on the east part of Slovakia. Then last year we cooperated with Nova new Synagogue in Žilina. So these are kind of very important artistic institutions in Slovakia. So we used to cooperate with them. But this year we will have the exhibition of Oskár Chopin Award in Kunsthalle Bratislava. So actually we are going back to capital city. And I'm very glad for this cooperation because I think maybe we will stay there, that it is important just because Slovakia is so small country that is like, you know, when 1 year it is in Košice, it means like in Tokyo, it will be like next street, you know, but we have such many like with production and everything. So it's kind of difficult. So I hope that we will, for next year's, stay in Bratislava and just be like based in Bratislava with all the project and also the finalist exhibition, that we will stop this kind of nomadic every year, just going to another city or another place. And also, I just try to make this collaborative aspect stronger by so like some international intersections. So we are trying to make the prize like international in the sense that every year we are cooperating with various professionals from international art scene, and we are inviting them to be part of the jury. And this jury is selecting the artist for the finalists. What I think is extremely important for the prize. Just not to be local, but just be in connection to this international scene in form of having involved these international professionals, and that they have some kind of distance from this very local Slovak art scene, and they are like in some way, I think they can bring something new to Slovak art scene, because we are kind of close, like our scene is kind of close, and when we have this like international kind of jury, they're like really we are so much trying to involve people who are like in the head of important institution and which are like kind of active in this international field. And when these people are like deciding about what's going on in Slovak art, I think it's important, because they are not only focusing on the local scene of Slovak artists, because they have this distance, but they can bring some new view on Slovak local art. And so this is this year's Oskar Čepan Award jury, like we have there. I'm very glad about it. Jan Verboer, Margot Norton, she's actually based here in New York, and she is working for the new museum. And Edith Ježábková is a kind of very well-known person in Czech Republic, like working in Prague and in some kind of Orlické Mountains. And she's like very much devoted into establishing independent platforms for reflecting contemporary art, kind of not institutional one, but kind of like in a new way perceiving the artistic discourse. But yeah, and for example, yeah, this year's jury still, this is like Katrin Bentele. She was based in Berlin, and in kind of like lots of important international institutions. And last but not least, we have in the jury, or have I mentioned all? Maybe, I don't know. Margot, Edith, Katrin, and yes, and Soren. Soren is independent curator. He has been head of the Department of Art since 1916 in Kunstmuseum Basel, and so on and so on. So as you can see, we are just really trying to invite various people from international art scene to be a part of Oskar Čepan Award jury. So this is the international aspect, and also there is this collaboration, in fact, with USA, because as I already mentioned, Wendy Luers, she still is the head of this Trust for Mutual Understanding, what is a partner of Oskar Čepan Award somehow, and also Residency Unlimited is a partner of Oskar Čepan Award, and also Young Visual Artist Award is like network where Oskar Čepan Award is very strongly present, I would say. So we are very I'm very kind of grateful for these cooperations, because these are also these international connections which are very important. So I will a little bit go back to this year's award, and to this 2021 year. We have 5 finalists actually. I can maybe just very shortly go through their portfolios. We have the 2 painters. This is Eva Elfan Hetmer. She's actually she studied in Academy of Fine Arts and Design in Bratislava, but then she continued with her studies in in Vienna. It's yeah, academy. Yeah, it's a University for Applied Arts, and she somehow she's dealing with this large-scale painters and in some very kind of feministic way, or how I would say that I do not want to make some interpretation of her art here, because at this moment we are actually in the process of preparing this exhibition, which will be open in the end of November. And in the first half of December, there will be the second jury meeting, and they will like select one of these personalities and these artists who will become laureate of this year's Oskar Chopin Award. So maybe I just go really briefly through their portfolios, because as I already said, I'm not familiar to make some interpretations of their works, because I have to, yeah, you know, I have to be like not, yeah, that's kind of schizophrenic, because I'm in the head of this kind of award that I have to be like non, not to interpret, but at the other side, I have still this tendencies to interpret something. Okay, so this is really like, sorry, I know that this isn't like something what will give you like deeper insight to the work of this year's finalists, but just very like quickly going through the portfolios. Maybe you can see here that it is like really kind of intermediate oriented award, and that the artists are likely not devoted to some media. It's mostly about it has very intermedia kind of nature. So this was Ondrej Hošťava, this is Tamara Kametani, and all these finalists of this year Oskar Čepan Award are actually not based in Slovakia. They were born there, but they are living like in Athens, London, Stockholm, Prague, Sicilia. So they are like kind of very, very much connected also to the international kind of educational system in academies of fine arts. They usually didn't even study it in Slovakia. Only Ondrej Hošťava had studied in Slovakia. But yeah, this is what the statute of the prize is like. It's open. That it's only about these artists like should be born in Slovakia. But in fact, they can study in wherever, and they still have the possibility like to apply for the prize, and it's fine because they are from Slovakia, but they are acting in an international context. This is the painters in this year's selection. Victoria Langer, and she's kind of also like devoted to large-scale paintings, and yeah. So as I mentioned, we are now like working on the common exhibition of these 5 very diverse individuals. So it will be kind of challenging, but it's every year. So, and now I would like to go back to like the year 2018 and these 4 years of when I am part of the project. So I would like to present let me just sorry, somehow Okay, great. I will go back to 2018. The finalists of that year of Oskar Chopin Award were oh, sorry, where is the website? It was maybe better with the website. 2018, yeah. So the finalists of the prize in 2018 were Adam Novota, Boris Sirka, and Lucia Michikova. And the winner of that year became Emilia Rigova, who will actually have next year her solo exhibition in MUMOK Vienna, what is the Museum of Modern Art in Vienna. And I think it's partly also thanks to her Oskar Chopin Award connection, because in the jury of that year there was Austrian curator who is in the head of this Museum of Contemporary Art in Vienna, and he get familiar with Emilia's work, and he was like very happy about it. And it was in 2018, and this year he just started a collaboration with her for her solo exhibition in this institution, what will be in the summer 2022. And it's, I think, really great kind of success also for Emilia's work and for this kind of international connection and collaboration. And but in general, this is something how it optimally should work, in my opinion, and how I honestly wish that this prize will work. So also in the future, just finding connections between people, between Slovak art scene and international art scene, create these kind of collaborations and make the Slovak artists in some way recognizable also abroad. So let me show you a short movie about Emilia's work from 2018. Which will introduce to you her artistic approaches and how she's working in her artistic practice.
Klademe si otázku, to sú Rómovia. Dlhodobo v celoeurópskom kontexte vnímame ako súčasť periférie, súčasť marginalizovaných skupín. Tento pretrvávajúci pohľad nás, na nich, ich nakoniec uväzňuje na tej periférii. Čo uvedomuje? Aké hlboké sú naše vedomosti a znalosti? Všetko to, čo vieme, alebo si myslíme, že Rómovia sú, je doteraz výsledkom bádania a písania nerómskych autorov, ktorých Róm bol šípal.
Sorry, I just will make a pause for a second. Maybe I should say that Emilia Rigova is kind of Roma. She's representing Roma community, but not in sense, because there are many like Roma problematic in Slovakia is kind of not very, like we had politicians and people and everybody, it's a big issue in Slovak country. But there are like many kind of Roma communities. There are some like gypsies and some which are like very rich one and very like intelligent one and so on. I'm speaking about it like now in very like simple way. I'm sorry for this language, but it's something what I just want to tell about, that Emilia, she's kind of person who was born as a Roma, but she's a white Roma woman, and she didn't knew at all that she's like part of this Roma community. till she was like confronted with this reality in her school and educational system. So, and she's part of this kind of diverse group of Roma people in Slovakia, and maybe also this. And what she's dealing with in her art is that how actually people who are organizing exhibitions and are part of artistic discourse are like dealing with Roma people, and how are they seeing Roma art actually, because they are seeing it like it is only some kind of something ethnic and exotical, and you know, this kind of way of perceiving their art. But she's asking herself how to do authentic art by myself and not be connected to this awareness of me that I'm like part of this community of people. So that's maybe what I wanted just to clarify a bit.
Obraz Róma ako exotického divocha vznikol niekedy na prelome 18. a 19. storočia ako súčasť osvietenstva globalizmu. Tento predobraz, výtvarný prvok Róma, ktorý zastupuje divokosť, farebnosť, nespútanosť a exotiku, prijala nielen európska majorita, ale aj samotní Rómovia svoj predobraz. Predobraz ženy ako nespútanej divočky, fanfáta, postaviteľné sa v európskej majoritnej spoločnosti zakorenil vďaka literárnej predlohe, ktoré obraz predznamená dlhodobé vnímanie mladej rómskej ženy ako erotického, ľahkého objektu, ktorý v mnohých prípadoch pretrváva v spoločnosti dodnes. Moja prvá skúsenosť viažúca sa k môjmu rómskemu pôvodu pochádza z môjho útleho detstva. Učiteľka zavolala jeden deň moju mamu a tá si zavolala mňa, spolu so sestrou, a spoločne nám obom prehovorila do duše. Prečo si sa smiali Marcelke a Michalke, že sú ciganky, keď by same sú ciganky? Odmietala som predstavu, nechcela som to. Videla som všetky tie urážky ostatných malých detí, ako sa smejú. Ciganka. Ak je toto všetko iba mýtus, to je v skutočnosti rómska žena.
So this was Emilia, our Oskár Čepan Award 2018 laureate. And she spent her residency here in March and April 2019, here in Residency Unlimited. And I should somehow go back to this. Yes. And after her arrival back to Slovakia and kind of a year later, in March 2020, she had a solo exhibition in Kunsthalle Bratislava, what is also a part of what you can, like, it's part of the wing in Oskár Čepan Awards that you will have a solo exhibition. And she worked there with her like experiences from the residency stay here in New York, and the title of her solo exhibition was The Witch from Coney Island, and towards an archaeology of Roma culture. And she like dealt with this topic again, but she found some connections between like for example, like lollipop, it's something what is here known as a apple in, you know, like this kind of apple on the, on something. You can gain it on Coney Island and everything, and it's like very, it's usual here in the USA. But she's somehow found in linguistic research that the lollipop title is connected somehow to Roma language, and so she researched this connection through her residency stay here in Residency Unlimited, and the outcome or output was in form of this exhibition in Gonzale, Bratislava. And I have to say that this was like really the last exhibition opening before COVID-19 situation started. So as I can remember it, it was in March 2020, and after we all get like closed in our houses and homes because of pandemic, which was something new for everybody from us. And let's go to year 2019. The finalists of 2019 were actually David Koronci. Just show you maybe pictures of these artists, but there are also portfolios and so on, but we don't have such long time for this presentation. I think you also will be bored soon. But anyway, David Koronci, Gabriela Zigova, Jan Durina, and Milan Mazur were finalists of 2019 Oskar Chopin Award, and the winner became Erik Sikora. He also went to his New York residency in usual months, March and April. It was a year after Emilia's residency stay, but unfortunately the COVID-19 situation has started, and at the time, and he has to went back to Slovakia after only, this is him actually, not yet, this is Erik Sikora who was the winner. And he has to went back to Slovakia after only 2 weeks of his residency stay here in New York. So it was kind of sad. He was sad about it because he was just really looking forward to spend her time here. But let's see a movie about him, like the winner of Oskar Chopin Award of 2019.
Ja som sídliskové dieťa z sídliska najzasľubnejšieho sídlisko-košického krátke KVPčko, a moji rodičia vymysleli to, že sa presťahujeme na dedinu, a ja som si dlho myslel, že už také neurobím. Bydleli sme v Prahe, bydleli sme v Košiciach v centre, v tom tejšom centre, a potom som aj tak spravil niečo podobné, že a ako keby som druhýkrát keď vyšiel, ale to bolo úplne sladkou, a vtedy máme 4 roky a vôbec mám to ten nič nerobil, lebo som chcel, aby som to začal žiť, ale tú dedinu, aby sa nebol ako nešlo geografika, ale môžu vo sebe veci. A napríklad pred chvíľkou sme mali také obrovské pánoly a konečne sme našetrili požičené bagra, a sme sa ich rozprávanie Slovakov po štvrtku. A ja som bol taký, že nechcem vidieť už tak, že to zarastie aj ten Slovák. Ten tak rýchlo mám presvedčil, že to vidieť všetko. A ja som to tam nechal ukresať, a toto som zistil, že tu sa dá použiť, tu sa dá použiť. A som začal milovať také tie, a teraz už chápem, že toto nie je ako, že nejaká prírodná vec, ale že proste začína chápať logiku aj toho, že to skoro vyslania, čo som predtým, že to tam určite nesnáži. Vždycky, keď ma niečo rozmýšľam, tak mám také, že vlastne robil švilka a super, to určite to nebude video, lebo by som to namaľoval a už by som nespravil fotku a by si taká ešte cítim takú umeleckú zodpovednosť. Napríklad, keď som chcel vedieť niečo o meteoritu, ktoré spadol do našej deti, tak mám takú pocit umeleckú zodpovednosť, že ja by som to mal vytvoriť fotku o niečo hmotné. A potom presne, že to rozmýšľanie na tým celý, ma zaujíma, že je viacej ako to, čo by som vytvoril, že ako to vždy robiť making of toho, čo by umelec chcel urobiť. To rozprávanie a ten príbeh ma zaujíma. A nakoniec sa tým pádom dopadne, ako by delala prednáška, to má tie príbehové, pointové a iné pauzy. Moja tvorba vyzerá tak, že vyzerá tak, že ani na to vyzerá, že na to je vlastne taký slov a hojba odsúdiť značky nejaké ľudské, ktoré sú a tam sú ľudské videá a tak. To vlastne aj osobne to pôjde, že sú to krátke videá, ktoré naozaj ani nie sú pracované nejakou vyvolávajú. Čepan chcel vyskúšať niečo, čo som využil už dávno. To je byť náraz aj v YouTube, aj vysoký umelec, že robiť veci na YouTube takým až masovým spôsobom, ako správne má, že každý týždeň musím vyprodukovať nové videá, aj keď som nevládal a nechcela to. A že tam si splniť taký cen, že aby ma mohli ľudia nie, že stretnúť niekde v galérii raz za čas, ale že by mohli tak akože odoberať môj život v takých malých kontinuálnych dávkach, takže aj do budúcnosti čo by som spravil, tak by som mal tú YouTubeovú formu. Má na to zaujíma, to YouTube odoberanie, ktoré sú výsledky galérií, artový život, ukombinovať. A to je super, že mám tú možnosť popularizácie Čepana, že ich followery, moje followery, dokopy by mohli niečo zrazu využiť. No sa mi teraz trošku preklapa život z toho umeleckého do techničkárskeho, čím ďalej si nechcem prednášať stavie, ale na koncerty a to aj dávať znovu. Takže keď robím vždycky taký text, takého kecame, že niekedy prednášku som mi trvala alebo videla, že som trval 15 minút, do každým pravicu do 3-minútovej resečky nejaký prepačný text. Našom jeden raz školka, nebo pekná, keby sa zasadila, tak by sa tam hlavu postavila, aby stojala streda, aby bylo čierna kôra. ideálnom prípade by som jedného nechcel fungovať ako taký komplexný balíček, že deťom môžeš posúvať pesničky, trochu výražku, úplne mať nejakého youtubera, či na YouTube, možno aj nejaké knižky by som napísal, začať kľúť do galerie, lebo tam budem ja, neviem, to monopol na všetko, ale že nechcel by som to zase oddielovať, že existuje nejaký Erik Sikora, on si ako počak robí pesnička, alebo čo mám to je taký balíček.
So this was Erik Sikora's presentation for Oskár Čepan Award, and yeah, last year 2020 was kind of, as you know, strange year because this COVID-19 situation started, and we all had to face an unknown situation, and most of all, like organizers of some kind of cultural events. So the question was how we will deal, or how would we deal with this situation. But we just decided don't get rid of plans if it would be possible, and just stay by our timing, which is every year kind of similar, as I already told. It wasn't possible to travel for the jury members, to meet in person at the exhibition opening. It wasn't possible to be part of a ceremony of the winner announcement, and so on and so on. But he somehow managed it by online jury meetings, and also like online streamings from the exhibition. Like it was kind of a new experience. We had to be really kind of technical, like functional, but it was new experience. So it was kind of testing what we can like make. But I have to say that in some that finally it was like a successful year as well. And the winner of 2020 became Daniela Krajcova, who went through her residency, but sorry, I haven't somehow mentioned the rest of the finalists. I'm sorry for this. So 2020, there were also finalists Josef Pilat, Christian Nemec. If you will be interested, you just can have a look through our website. And Ludmila Hrachovinová, and the winner became Daniela Krajcova, as I already mentioned. And she went through her residency stay here in Residency Unlimited online. But she was kind of happy for this possibility because she has kind of a big family, 3 very little children, and also in March and April, what is a usually term for Slovak artists who came here to Residency Unlimited, was not very like a pandemic good situation. So she was like really happy to have a possibility to make this residency stay in this kind of way. In June, there was actually an important public presentation of her work as some kind of output, I don't know, which was possible thanks to close collaboration with the guest curator of 2021 Young Visual Artists Awards program, Lilia Kudelia, collaborating with Residency Unlimited. I think I have also, okay. And the talk with Daniela Krajcova was led by Janelle Engelstadt, who is part of Make Art with Purpose initiative. And this talk between Janelle, Lilia, and Daniela Krajcova as an output of her online residency was in June, and I think it was kind of successful, or it was a very nice meeting, and yeah, that's also thanks to these connections. So let's see a short movie about Daniela Krajcova. What will be the last one from my presentation? These spaces, this is the new synagogue in Slovakia, in Žilina. It's kind of huge space with a long tradition. It's a Jewish space. It was hugely reconstructed through long years, and there was put enormous effort to make this building from what it was like. It was like really kind of a very abundant space, and there was like really much work has been done to make from it like this kind of cultural center and also exhibition space, what it is nowadays. And yeah, we had this Finalists exhibition last year in these spaces of new synagogue in Žilina in Slovakia.
Som začala robiť, keď získala výstavu do Litovského Mikuláša. To sú vlastne konverzácie mamičiek. Ja som si to našla na Facebooku alebo na takých stránkach knihy. Tam ženy si zdieľajú skúsenosti alebo problémy alebo rady na rôzne témy, čo si týkajú materstva, ale materstva aj rodiny alebo vzťahov. A ja som tam objavila veci, ktoré sú ako keby podľa dosť aj vážne, že nám napríklad ten depresiu a tým, že vlastne sa nedostala tým starať, nemôže ísť ani u psychológovi a napriek sa riadne, že tam to riešiť, alebo ten človek nájde domáce násilie, alebo rôzne veci. Som to veľmi jednoducho dekreslovala do takých veľmi štilizovaných geometrických obrázkov. Sú to také pásy, že na tých komunikáciách človek píše do pekného slovca, tak jak som to písal do pekného slovca. Väčšinou používam ani nie papier, ale látku, lebo jednak z takých praktických dôvodov, že je to možné hoci kedy poskladať a preniesť, to sú ako keby také úplne šitlivé tradície, ako to keď som trvala na ten väčší formát, tak som to tak ešte viacej sa snažila nájsť nejaký vtip, že ono sa to podobá na nejaký komiks alebo karikatúru. Nie je to úplne doslovný prepis, ale je to keby taká zoštilizovaná situácia, že s nejakou metaforou, takým vtipom, ale karikatúry tam je ten message. Toto sú tie práce, ktoré ja robím momentálne, lebo mi to dovoluje tá situácia, že sa starám o malé deti a toto je ten druhý spôsob práce, ktorý robím pri nich, že chodím s deťmi v rámci bežných každodenných príchodných po meste a pozorujem homesteady, natáčam, že kde sa oni prirodzene hrajú, jak to nehovorím, že sa nesmiete hrať, ale ich tam. Ja si to potom moja práca často vychádza z nejakého sociálneho pohľadu. Mňa baví, keď prepájam nové médiá ešte s takou ako keby klasickou kresbou alebo nápou. Vlastne neustále je tu tam niekto. To je dôležité, že manuálne pracujem keď ja, to môžem sa venovať takým sústredeným kresbám, alebo cez deň, keď si chodím, tak spoločne s nimi vychádzam, že studujem kurikulum a som pracovala s nimi, že používam ako keby tiež taký nástroj, že takými mojimi výradcami, že s nimi chodím po meste a vlastne oni sú taký môj nástroj na to, aby operovali ten priestor okolo seba.
Okay, so that's it. Thank you for your attention. Thank you.
One question. Is it just an international jury or you also need, it's called international jury, but I was wondering, are there also, like besides juries, you're also part of the jury?
No, like me, I'm not a part of jury because I'm kind of director of the award. So I'm just doing like everything around it, but I don't have, I can't be a part of jury, I don't even have a right to somehow go through the discussion process. What is some kind, what is in some way, it is difficult for me because I'm part of it, I'm leading it and so on, but you are just organizer, you don't have this right to go to the decision process and discussions and everything. But actually, we still try to have to stay connected to Slovak art scene in the way by inviting at least one professional from Slovak or Czech Republic, because these two countries are still kind of close to each other. So we have awareness about, for example, Slovak people and artists and professionals have awareness about what is going on in Czech Republic in our scene, and I think it's also working like opposite. The Czech professionals are have this awareness of what is going on in Slovakia. So we are just there is like every year one person from Slovakia or Czech, but the rest is like from as I said, like from international.
Thank you.
I would like to thank you, for your attention. Like it was really kind of long, maybe, 1 hour. Thank you very much for coming. I appreciate it very much.